And just like the candidates, we're happy that Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams is here.
Eric, thank you so much for joining us again on Good Day New York. So the debate.
Good seeing you.
So the debate last night, they brought up again those easy pass records. You showed some of them. You took a few trips between 2020 and 2021, but it doesn't account for the other cars that you have. How many other cars do you drive?
No, it does. It accounts for all. The passes that we turned over, it has all the records from all the vehicles assigned to Borough Hall. I don't own a personal car. It's clear. And Rosanna, that's done for me. Listen, this is about a race in the next 12 days, or 11 days now, on the issues of New York. I am not going to spend this talking about where I know I live and other New Yorkers know I live. We got some serious issues in the city. Crime, a 10-year-old boy was shot in Rockaway. Millions of New Yorkers are unsure about their rent. We're dealing with a COVID recovery. We're not going to allow someone to use this as a way to take us off these issues. I'm straight ahead. I'm a Brooklynite, and I love living in Brooklyn.
All right, so you brought up crime. You talk about policing and what you're going to do. You talk a lot about David Dinkins' administration and the policing. A lot of us don't have great recollections of, well, crime being under control under David Dinkins' administration. Why not talk about Bill Bratton or somebody else's policing?
Well, let's be clear on the David Dinkins model. David Dinkins was the safe city, safe street. He led the platform, went to Albany and convinced Albany to put more police officers on the street. And you've often heard me talk about on this show about Bill Bratton's brilliant CompStat idea and how he implemented it. Bill Bratton did an amazing job of understanding how we had to reform policing totally. And so it's a combination. I think that's a mistake we make. We believe we could only use one example when there's an accumulation of amazing things people did to make us turn into a safe city. And that is what we're losing right now. And that's what I'm going to bring back to as the mayor of this city.
As for this question of crime, real quick, last night Maya Wiley was asked whether she would take guns away from police officers, and her answer was really interesting. She didn't answer at first, and then finally she did say, "I'm not prepared to make that decision in a debate." Did you find her answer troubling, especially given your history in law enforcement?
You said interesting. I thought you were being polite. That was scary. When I heard that, I said, wait a minute, what are we talking about here? Listen, policing and public safety can't be so idealistic that it's not realistic. We have an overproliferation of guns. Our children are being shot. We had a shootout in the Upper West Side, an assassination in Park Slope, a killing of a 10-year-old child in Rockaway. When you start to see that we have real issues around crime, so yes, we should be proactive, I should say preventive, but we also must deal with what are we doing right now. I say this over and over again, and you've been covering this debate. You know, many of these candidates have not talked about crime at all. They were afraid to, and I said, I'm not going to have a city where our communities are going to be unsafe, and I'm going to stick with that. The prerequisite to prosperity is public safety and justice, and I have the ability to do that for our city.
We spoke with Scott Stringer a little bit earlier, and he questioned Andrew Yang's ability to lead this city when it comes to his experience level. I was just curious whether you have that same issue with Andrew Yang. Do you think he's ready to lead this city, and specifically when it comes to this issue of crime, which is really top of mind for so many New Yorkers right now?
Without a doubt. Let's be clear. Running this city is going to take a level of skill, and it's almost a life experience. You know, no one can prepare you for being mayor. This is a city where a plane can land on the Hudson one day, and another day, 2 planes can fly into the World Trade Center when it was there. That's the uncertainty of the life I lived for 22 years, and I had to respond, and I had to adjust anytime. Andrew is not ready for this. He's not ready for a march for Black Lives Matter where anarchists can get inside and destroy the peaceful march. He's not ready for a terrorist attack. He's not ready to turn around this economy and build out this city. This is not some place you come and just ride a roller coaster. This is the city of New York, and he is just not ready to do it. And I'm concerned if someone like Andrew Yang takes over this important city at this important time.
If you could ask Andrew Yang one question, what would you ask him? Because he's coming up at 8:30.
What is he doing here? I look on the stage and I see all the other candidates. I may disagree with them, but there's a real energy that they have to do this job. But I ask over and over again, what is he doing here?
All right, now we had Scott Stringer on just a little bit ago, and he has a question for you. Please take a listen.
For Eric Adams, I would simply say to him, we need to have a bigger discussion, not just on crime related to a badge and a gun, but how we are going to help the kids in communities, especially kids who are struggling. There has to be a two-pronged approach. That's what I would say to both of them.
All right, thank you so much. All right, so what do you think?
No, great question that Scott offered. And let's be clear, I've been saying this, and sometimes it doesn't resonate. We need prevention and intervention. If we really want to stop crime long term, there must be preventive steps taken, such as dyslexia screening. Over 30% of our prisoners, by one report, are dyslexic in jail. 55% have a learning disability. So that's the prevention. We need to build that out. But let's be clear, we must have intervention. We have 3-year-old children being shot right now. That's the combination I bring. I was endorsed by the victim who was a police shooting, Sean Bell's dad. But you know what? I was also endorsed by Wenjen Zulu's family, a police officer that was assassinated. That's what New York needs right now. They need a mayor that can rebuild the trust and make this a safe city again. Our entire economy is going to be based on public safety. We have to be safe on our subways. We have to be safe in our theater districts, our tourism, and everyday New Yorkers. And that's what I'm going to bring.
Okay, before we go, the next question is not a hard-hitting question, but inquiring minds want to know. Last night you were asked what you couldn't live without, and you said bubble baths with rose petals.
Every week I de-escalate by having a nice bubble bath. I put candles on, I burn incense, and I just soak in that bath to just really rejuvenate myself. People don't believe men like those nice things. I get a mani and a pedi too.
All right, are you solo or accompanied?
Now, come on, this is a rated G show now.
Thank you, Eric Adams, Brooklyn Borough President, of course, mayoral candidate. We'll see you soon.